Yo, what is up everybody, it's Your Name, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're about to drop into one of the most epic places on Earth, New Zealand. I'm talking snow-capped mountains, turquoise blue waters, glaciers, volcanoes, you name it, New Zealand's got it. This ain't just some random travel vlog though. We're diving deep into the top 10 spots you absolutely have to hit if you ever find yourself on these beautiful islands. We're talking bucket list destinations, hidden gems, and everything in between. So buckle up, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get this adventure started. First up, we're kicking things off with a bang at Milford Sound. They call this place the 8th wonder of the world for a reason. Imagine towering cliffs rising straight out of the water, waterfalls cascading down from hundreds of feet above. The best way to experience Milford Sound is definitely by boat. Hop on a cruise, feel the mist from the waterfalls, and soak in the beauty. Trust me, the pictures don't even do it justice. Milford Sound is like stepping into another world. If you only have time for one thing in New Zealand, make it Milford Sound. Alright adrenaline junkies, this one's for you. Queenstown is known as the adventure capital of the world, and for good reason. This place is basically a giant playground for thrill seekers. We're talking bungee jumping off bridges, skydiving over the Southern Alps, whitewater rafting through canyons, you name it, Queenstown's got it. I'm talking heart-pumping, adrenaline-fueled activities that'll push you to your limits. But hey, even if you're not trying to jump off a perfectly good bridge, there's still plenty to do in Queenstown. The town itself is super charming, with a buzzing nightlife and stunning views of Lake Wakatipu. Take a ride on the gondola up Bob's Peak for epic views of the city and the surrounding mountains. Grab a burger at Fergburger, it's basically a Queenstown institution. Or just wander around, soak up the atmosphere, and maybe try some local craft beer. Queenstown is one of those places that just has a contagious energy. It's impossible not to get swept up in the excitement and the endless possibilities for adventure. Next stop, Rotorua, a place where you can literally smell the adventure in the air. Well, maybe not adventure, but definitely sulfur. Rotorua is famous for its geothermal activity, which basically means there are geysers shooting boiling water into the air, bubbling mud pools and hot springs everywhere you look. It's a pretty wild experience walking around and seeing the earth literally steaming right in front of you. Now, Rotorua is also an important center for Maori culture, and there are tons of opportunities to learn about the history and traditions of the indigenous people of New Zealand. You can visit a traditional Maori village, witness a powerful haka performance, and even try some hangi, which is food cooked underground using hot stones. Rotorua is a place where you can immerse yourself in a completely different culture and experience the raw power of nature firsthand. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way. Alright, let's switch gears and head to the big city, Auckland, the city of sails. Now, Auckland is New Zealand's largest city, and it's got a completely different vibe than the South Island. It's a bustling metropolis with a beautiful harbor, iconic sky tower, and a thriving arts and culture scene. You can spend days exploring the different neighborhoods, from the trendy cafes of Ponsonby to the historic buildings of Parnell. If you're into shopping, Auckland's got you covered. Head down to Queen Street for all the big brands, or check out the local boutiques and markets for something unique. And of course, no trip to Auckland would be complete without a visit to the top of the Sky Tower. You can walk around the observation deck for panoramic views of the city, or if you're feeling really brave, try the sky jump, a 192-meter controlled fall from the top. Auckland is a city that's constantly evolving, with something new to discover around every corner. It's a melting pot of cultures and a hub of creativity, and it's definitely worth spending a few days exploring. Next up, we're heading down to the bottom of the North Island to Wellington, the coolest little capital in the world. Wellington is known for its art scene, its coffee culture, and its stunning waterfront location. It's a city that's small in size but big on personality. One of the best things to do in Wellington is just wander around and soak up the atmosphere. Explore the quirky shops and cafes of Cuba Street, check out the street art, and grab a coffee from one of the many award-winning roasters. Wellington is also home to Te Papa Tongarewa Museum of New Zealand, which is a must-visit for anyone interested in learning about the country's history, culture, and natural environment. And if you're a movie buff, you have to visit the Weta Workshop, the special effects and prop studio behind movies like Lord of the Rings and Avatar. You can take a tour, see how they create movie magic, and even try your hand at making some props yourself. Wellington is a city that's full of surprises, with something to offer everyone. It's a place where you can relax, recharge, and experience the best of New Zealand's creative spirit. Alright, let's head back up north to the Bay of Islands, a place that's basically a postcard come to life. With over 140 islands scattered across shimmering turquoise waters, the Bay of Islands is a haven for sailing, swimming, and soaking up the sun. Rent a boat, explore the secluded coves and beaches, and maybe even spot some dolphins or whales along the way. One of the most popular things to do in the Bay of Islands is to visit the Hole in the Rock, a natural rock formation that you can actually boat through. It's pretty epic. The Bay of Islands is also steeped in history, as it's the site where the Treaty of Waitangi was signed in 1840, marking the beginning of New Zealand as a nation. You can visit the Waitangi Treaty Grounds to learn more about this important event and the history of relations between Maori and European settlers. Whether you're looking for adventure or relaxation, the Bay of Islands has something for everyone. It's a place where you can escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with nature. Get ready to lace up those hiking boots because we're heading to Tongariro National Park, home to some of the most epic volcanic landscapes in New Zealand. Tongariro is a hiker's paradise, with trails ranging from easy walks to challenging multi-day treks. But the main attraction here is the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, often called the best one-day hike in New Zealand. This 19-kilometer trek takes you past active volcanoes, emerald-colored lakes, and otherworldly landscapes that look like they're straight out of a movie. It's a challenging hike, but the views from the top are absolutely worth it. Even if you're not up for the full crossing, there are plenty of shorter walks in the park that offer stunning views of the volcanic terrain. Tongariro is a place where you can challenge yourself physically, connect with nature on a deeper level, and witness the raw power of the earth firsthand. Next up, we're heading to the top of the South Island to Abel Tasman National Park, a place that's famous for its golden beaches, crystal clear waters, and lush native forests. Abel Tasman is a kayaker's dream, with sheltered coves, hidden beaches, and plenty of marine life to spot along the way. You can even kayak with seals here, which is pretty much the coolest thing ever. If kayaking's not your thing, there are also tons of hiking trails in Abel Tasman, ranging from short walks to multi-day treks. The Abel Tasman Coast Track is one of New Zealand's great walks, and it takes you through some of the most stunning scenery in the park. Abel Tasman is a place where you can relax on secluded beaches, explore hidden coves, and immerse yourself in the beauty of New Zealand's natural environment. It's a true paradise for nature lovers. Get ready to be amazed because we're heading to Franz Josef Glacier, one of the most accessible glaciers in the world. Imagine towering walls of ice, deep crevasses, and waterfalls cascading down the glacier face. It's a truly awe-inspiring sight. Now, the best way to experience Franz Josef Glacier is by helicopter. You can take a scenic flight over the glacier, land on the ice, and even go for a guided walk. It's an experience you'll never forget. If helicopters aren't your thing, you can also hike to the glacier viewpoint, which offers stunning views of the terminal face. Franz Josef Glacier is a powerful reminder of the forces of nature and the beauty of our planet. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you leave. And last but not least, we're finishing our journey in Fiordland National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's known for its dramatic landscapes, pristine wilderness, and abundant wildlife. Fiordland is a hiker's paradise, with some of the most challenging and rewarding trails in New Zealand. The Milford track, known as the finest walk in the world, takes you through valleys, waterfalls, and rainforests, ending at the iconic Milford Sound. But even if you're not up for a multi-day hike, there are plenty of shorter walks and scenic drives in Fiordland that offer breathtaking views. Take a cruise on Doubtful Sound, go kayaking in Milford Sound, or visit the Te Anau glowworm caves. Fiordland is a place where you can truly escape from civilization and immerse yourself in the raw beauty of nature. It's a place that will challenge you, inspire you, and leave you feeling humbled by the power of the natural world. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of New Zealand's top 10 must-visit places. We've covered a lot of ground, from the towering peaks of the Southern Alps to the pristine beaches of the north. We've bungee jumped, hiked volcanoes, kayaked with seals, and so much more. But most importantly, we've experienced the magic of New Zealand, a country that's full of adventure, natural beauty, and a whole lot of heart. If you're planning a trip to New Zealand, hopefully, this video has given you some inspiration for your itinerary. And if not, well, what are you waiting for? Book that flight, pack your bags, and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime.